Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite YouTuber, coach, and course creator, and tonight we're going to be talking about the best Neville Goddard quotes to ever exist that will make law of assumption click for you instantly. This is the best YouTube video that you will ever watch, so make sure to like this video. I would appreciate it so much, and you're also more than welcome to subscribe because on this channel I talk about all things law of assumption. And listen, if you've been watching my videos and you know the techniques but you keep on spiraling when manifesting your SP, when your SP goes to, or when circumstances seem impossible, I have one-on-one coaching where I personally keep you in this state at all times. I give you a manifesting routine, I keep you accountable, and I answer any of your law of assumption questions. Link in the description. Spots are limited because obviously I respond to every single email myself. The first quote is, "An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact." Even if in your 3D reality it is deemed as false by anyone, you, your parents, your friends, the community, even if it is a lie in the 3D, in your current reality, if you persist in whatever assumption you want, that assumption will no longer be a lie anymore. It will be the truth. So yes, if you say I am a millionaire and that is false in your 3D reality, if you keep persisting in that idea, in that phrase, in that mantra, affirmation, sentence, thought, keyword thought, it will literally become true in the 3D reality right now. So no matter how the 3D looks, as long as you are assuming what you want to be true, it will in fact become true. So Neville says that persisting will create that assumption to manifest into reality. Persisting is simply making the false true by means of repetition. You are in Barbados. We all know this story. If you don't, I made a video, you can watch it up here. Barbados is the state of the wish fulfilled. Barbados is whatever you are trying to manifest right now. So you are in Barbados simply means you're not going to be in Barbados. You're not in Barbados in the 4D. You are in Barbados in your current reality. Now, you must persist in that sentence, in that affirmation, in that thought, and then it will harden into fact. It will be true in your reality, but only if you maintain the thought of being in Barbados, aka being in your desired reality right now. Neville had no money to get a ship ticket to go to Barbados. His mentor Abdullah told him, no, you are in Barbados right now. Which means that even though in this current reality it looks like he didn't have a ticket, meaning even though it looks like right now there's no way you can be in a relationship with your SP, if you keep knowing that you are actually in Barbados now, or repeating to yourself by means of affirmations that you are in Barbados right now, the 3D will reconstruct in such a way where you will get a ticket to Barbados. No matter if you don't have any money, no matter if SP is in another country or within 3P, doesn't matter, it will happen. Everything will shift, everything will move as long as you persist in that fact. Okay, so this one is one that I actually missed while filming, and it is one of my favorites. So the question is often asked, what should be done between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization? Nothing. It is a delusion that other than assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you can do anything to aid the realization of your desire. You think you can do something, you want to do something, but actually you can do nothing. 8 888. The illusion of free will to do is but ignorance of the law of assumption upon which all action is based. Everything happens automatically. All that befalls you, all that is done by you happens. Your assumptions, conscious or unconscious, direct all thought and action to their fulfillment. To understand the law of assumption, to be convinced of its truth, means getting rid of all the illusions about free will to act. Free will actually means freedom to select any idea you desire. By assuming the idea already to be a fact, it is converted into reality. Beyond that, free will ends and everything happens in harmony with the concept assumed. But the key is, you think you can do something, you want to do something, but actually you can do nothing. I'm going to be posting a video after this one where I talk about success stories in Neville Goddard's book, specifically in The Law and Promise. And one of the first success stories in there, actually, I think it was the first one, and there's a reason why Neville picked it to be the very first one, is because this couple was manifesting an apartment complex to be built on their lot so they can rent it out to tenants, and they did not stop even when reality started conforming within a few weeks that people wanted to help them achieve this goal. They're like, okay, you can buy it for this price, we actually have the blueprint for the exact apartment that you want. They're like, no, we're not spending a penny, and they just said thank you and sent them off their way. This happened 3 times until finally their personal agent was like, you know what, I'm going to fund this, and then you can give me the profits back off the tenant money. And then they were like, this time we did do something, we signed the contract and the building was up really fast. So that is the doctor and his wife manifesting an apartment building, not spending a penny. But why I love it is because they basically did nothing and they did not settle until the 3D conformed to what they wanted, and it literally showed it to them like this, to their face, like this exact 100% thing. Here you go, there it is, you're welcome. You don't need to do anything past that point, past the sats or past the affirming or past the visualizing, whatever you choose to saturate your mind. That's all you have to do. So anything in the 3D, you can literally tell your SP to fuck off, no, I don't want to be with you, and he will literally keep seeking you out until you say yes, if you are in the wish fulfilled. And by doing that, you must saturate your mind, repeat over and over again until it impresses into your subconscious. Next quote is, if you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. That means that you should stop giving meaning to the 3D. Stop looking at the 3D for proof. What you see now is the old news. It is your past assumptions and your past thoughts. We do not look back at the past. The past has nothing to do with our thoughts now, because you can change your thoughts now. So it doesn't matter. So that means that all you have to do is stay in your mind and continue to tell yourself the story that you want to play out in your reality, and that will play out in your reality. If you keep reacting to what you see, you will stay stuck. If you give so much importance to your 3D, then the 3D will keep remaining the same. It will be the same, immovable, impenetrable, just concrete, because that's what you assumed for it to be. So reality has to project that onto you. Whereas if you don't make any meaning of it and you stay in your mind, it will quickly change. If you see the 3D as a concrete wall, that is what it will be. If you see the 3D as light as a feather or running water, that can change in any direction at any given time, that's what it will be. But that doesn't mean you should be focusing specifically on making the 3D seem not real. All that means is you're not looking at your 3D at all. You're not giving it any meaning. You're not panicking if you see something that you don't like. You're simply staying in your head and repeating over and over what it is that you want to be true. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. This is Neville's way of saying SATS is very important. Whatever you are thinking right before bed, especially the very last thing that you think before bed, that is what's going to manifest in your life the next day. So what you think tonight is exactly what's going to play out tomorrow. Your dominant thoughts in the evening, right before bed, especially the very last thought or whatever it is that you see or feeling that you have, is what's going to play out the next morning all throughout the next day. So if you want to change tomorrow, change what you're thinking. Next quote is, you yourself are the power that you have mistakenly given to other conditions. Nothing out there has power over you. You are the power. The only reason why it seemingly looks like it has power over you is because you gave that power away by making the 3D mean something if you don't like what you see. The actual reality, the circumstances, and the people, they are all powerless. They are all responding to you. You are giving them orders. Take your power back simply by realizing that it was always yours. You always had the power to tell your SP, you're in a relationship with me now, and all he does is say yes. Tell your bank account, you have $1 million in here right now. That is what it's going to be. You are a pretty little princess that doesn't have to do anything but sit and whisper to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will say yes to everything. Your subconscious mind is your sugar daddy. If you tell it, make that man mine by means of ordering it in affirmations, SP is already mine, that is what is going to play out. Your subconscious is going to give it to you. That's why you sometimes hear people say, and Neville Goddard say, give it to yourself, give it to yourself, give it to yourself. Your subconscious mind is your faithful employee, your best employee.
You are now one of my elite employees.
That is going to act out in any order that you give it. So you must persist in one order. SP is my boyfriend, aka subconscious, give me this man right now. Make him committed to me. And then literally 5 minutes later, you're saying, why isn't my man with me yet? AKA the order is, make the reality so that this man is no longer in my life, please. All your subconscious mind does is say, yes, yes ma'am, yes sir, whatever you say boss, and acts out on it. It is employee of the month every single month. It is your only employee. It does everything that you tell it to do. Direct orders, it does it straight away. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. This simply means that your very last thoughts before falling asleep are very crucial. It's basically like going on with the employee example. Imagine you're rounding up your employee at the start of the day and you're saying, okay, you know that these are all the things that I want you to perform today, but the main thing, the priority before you do anything else is this task. And that task is always the last thought that you have before going to sleep. So your subconscious mind knows that that is the priority and it's going to act it out. It has no choice but to, because the subconscious mind is the most open during the evening. When you say SP is obsessed with me and then you fall asleep, your subconscious mind basically is like, I'm literally gonna get a raise right now if I do this as quick as possible. And then it acts it out, it gives it to you in your reality. That order loops in your subconscious all night long while you're sleeping. That is why SATS works. You are impressing your subconscious, and while you can do SATs during the day, and I encourage you to, and I do so myself, it's even more powerful to do it in the evening because you are impressing your subconscious mind for 8 hours straight while you're sleeping. The next quote is, stop trying to change the world as it is only the mirror. That is literally like if you are wanting to change your 3D directly, it's like trying to put lipstick on the mirror instead of putting it on your face. It's not going to work because your mirror just reflects back whatever is on your face. So put it on your own face, don't put it on the mirror. The mirror, the 3D, is only a reflection. It's only going to mirror back to you what is in your mind. So instead of telling your boss, give me a raise please, you are going in your mind and you're saying, you're giving me a raise. You gave 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 me a raise. And that will mirror back. the next day or in a couple of days. 3 weeks max if you continue that order in your mind ongoingly. So if you change yourself, meaning your thoughts in your mind, the reality has to match that. Let the 3D be. Do not tinker or tamper with the 3D at all. Stay in your mind and then let reality work for you. Work on your inner assumptions, in your inner thoughts only. It makes no difference if 1,000 bridge of incidents have to be crossed. The how is not your job. It doesn't matter how many people need to move or how many circumstances need to change. As long as you're changing your mind, the circumstances and the people will change after that. As Neville says as well, signs follow, they do not precede. It could be one event or one person or 1,000 events or 1,000 people. It doesn't matter. They will naturally just do what they have to do in order to fulfill your assumption. Your job is just to assume the end and then the reality will handle the middle. So it's not up to you to decide how it's going to work out. And even if it seems impossible, the impossible will be made possible because assumption trumps everything else. Once you set the assumption, everything that needs to move will move, impossible or not, it will be made possible. If one man is necessary, he will be there. If 1,000 men are necessary, they will all occur. Everyone is you pushed out. No matter how you are living your life right now and how many people you know, if you just assume that you have your SP, for example, someone out of the woodwork may come to trigger things behind the scenes for your SP to be like, I want to be with this person. For example, there will be thousands of people. There will be one specific event that happens to him, or he will get an idea in his mind. It doesn't matter. Don't entertain the process, because everything, as soon as you decide it in this current moment, it's starting to run in the background. And you can't see in which way, but it will manifest. Sometimes you do see the how when you look back and it does make sense, but the way in which the things occur, it's like kind of odd and kind of out of the blue. And sometimes we may not even know. Like, my goal was to be with Stan. I lived in New York. He lived in Australia. My end was being in a relationship with him, having it work out. Everything else is up to reality to unfold, because it's just going to reflect back my end. So everything else, everything in the middle, the reality figures it out and it unfolds. So Stan got an idea in his mind to travel Europe and then move in together. He asked me to move in together. Then I blew up on YouTube like a month later, and it was very easy for me to decide because I couldn't get paid on YouTube if I lived in America still, because I was on a working visa. So I wanted to travel with my man. I was missing home. I wanted to get paid on YouTube, obviously, and I was sick of my 9-to-5, and it was literally my literal dream just came true. My YouTube career. I was manifesting being in a happily ever after situation with my man, and he got that idea perfectly, and then YouTube exploded right at the same time, and everything just fell into place because I assumed the end, and I let, no matter how convoluted, no matter how out of the blue or random it is, 1 or 1,000 people, circumstances, situations, whatever, freaking buildings, bitch, like, doesn't matter, anything will move to aid you in that manifestation, for it to fully be pushed out. To take your attention from one state and place it upon another is to die to one and live to the other. This is kind of the same as you cannot serve two masters. I love that quote as well. Both basically means you can't be in two realities at once. You can't be in two states at once. You can't be in two modes of thinking at once. All of those things are actually the same thing. So if you are thinking, I am rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and then you go back to thinking, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor, You can't be in two realities at once in this 3D. Your subconscious is gonna pick whatever you are the most familiar with, which I'm guessing is I'm poor. So you'll be snapped back to that reality. Even if as soon as you started saying I'm rich, the bridge of incidents started playing in the background. As soon as you started saying or thinking I am poor, you just snap right back into your 3D current reality. So if you dwell in the lack, you are dying to abundance. If you dwell in not being with this person, you are dying in the reality where you are his girlfriend. If you shift your full attention to the state of the wish fulfilled, you die in your old reality. The old reality that you do not want to be a part of anymore. Where your attention goes, you go. Which means that you are no longer going to be in the reality where you don't have the funds, or you don't have your partner, or you don't have the luscious, thick hair, or you don't have the grades, or you don't have the body, or the popularity, or the career, or all of the above. You die in that reality. You become born in a new reality where you have all of that because you assumed it to be true. All of that simply means is do not split your focus. Focus on what you want and what you want only, and do not look back. Now, I want to be real with you for a second. You just learned these quotes and I know that it clicked for you, but here's what happens. When your SP ghosts you or that money doesn't show up, it does feel frustrating. That's why I have my one-on-one coaching. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you a manifesting routine, to keep you accountable, to give you everything that you need based on your preferences, your circumstances, your wants and needs, your questions that you have. And honestly, like your personality too, because I can see that through the screen. So if you want someone to take your hand, guide you, and really be there for you while you're manifesting, book one-on-one coaching with me at ritakaminski.com/coaching. Or you can just click the very first link in the description box down below. I know that you are a master manifester after watching this video, and I know that these quotes were not just words for you. They are your new operating system, and they will be a reminder anytime you want to dip back into the old state. I am your favorite YouTuber, and this is the best YouTube video that you have ever watched. So please subscribe. It will mean the absolute world to me. I love you all so much and have an amazing day. Bye everyone.